Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I don't know a lot about you, but you seem to know a lot about me, so I take a little time out. I take a little time out. I'm sorry that I lost my patience. You deserve better, it's true. I need a little time out. I need a little time out from me. Show us your innermost, let's hear it. I'll rip it out carefully. I promise you won't feel a thing. Everybody wants to have their say, forever waiting for some car crash. I need a little time out. I need a little time now from shave your head to see how it feels. Emotionally, it's not that different, but to the hand, it's beautiful. Yeah, to the hand, it's beautiful. You seem to have the weight of the world upon your bony shoulders. Will hold on. You need a little time out. You need a little time out from you. sweet relief. I hope you never leave. front row seat. It's all the same to me. I've spent a lot of my time doing a whole lot of nothing. I know you're doing your best. I think you're doing just fine. It's been a long week, and now you're taking your time. Some kindness goes around, some kind of backfires. It's all the same to me. Ignore that voice, it puts you down. Your choice, I'm here for you. It's all the same to me. I've got a lot on my mind, but I don't know how to say it. I know you're doing your best. I think you're doing just fine.
So good. So good. Courtney Barnett is live here in the KEXP studios. A new album, Tell Me How You Really Feel. A couple of songs from that. That record is outstanding from beginning to end. Super fun to hear you play those songs live.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's fun. They change so much over time, but it's always fun.
I noticed that with your past records, too. I've had the good fortune to see you a number of times, and every concert that I saw of you, it was different reinterpretations of songs, which must keep it really interesting for you in the band as well.
Yeah, I think so. And I think, in the studio, the songs are really new and studios are kind of scary. And I don't know about everyone else, but I kind of play quieter and softer and slower. And then you get the adrenaline of playing live and then all of a sudden it's louder and faster and it changes the whole, I think playing the songs in front of people as well, it just changes everything.
I know a lot of artists actually practice songs and the songs evolve playing in live shows, but I thought I read recently in an interview where you said you don't do that so much, that the songs start in the studio for you and you don't work them out in front of a live audience. Is that true?
Yeah. I kind of like, I like capturing something when it's really new, and then, we capture different versions of it as time goes on. I guess instead of working it out to be perfect, and I don't know, I guess it has somewhere to go then, a place to kind of evolve to and to change.
When did you make this record, and what was that experience like in the studio? What was the vibe?
It was the winter of last year.
And for you, that would be June, July, our summer.
Melbourne winter, yeah. And it was really cold. We were in this studio that was quite cold. It had a fireplace out in the kind of main section, but each time we lit it, there were rehearsal rooms as well as the studio. So each time we lit the fire, everyone thought the place was on fire because the smoke would travel throughout the whole building. So it was just cold. It was cold, and maybe that kind of, the songs kind of sound a bit melancholy and cold.
They definitely do, and the anger and the passion in this record is super palpable, and you've come face to face with some pretty vulnerable topics. I don't think a musician probably can ever write where they're not vulnerable in some way, but do you feel like you stretched yourself on this one, dug even deeper?
I feel like I did. I definitely went to some kind of, some different places of kind of banging the head against the wall, writing areas. But, it felt a lot more kind of personal and something.
Yeah, something. It's a pretty powerful record. Tell me about the song Helpfulness, because I consider myself an optimist, but these days it feels kind of difficult not to go to pessimistic places. So that's sort of a paradox that I've been struggling with, and that song really spoke to me, as is always the case when you listen to a song. It's not necessarily meaning the same thing to you that it did to the person who's writing it, but it certainly resonates with me. And then that's not a word I'd ever heard of before, but that certainly sort of also, hit the nail on the head for me. Can you tell me a little bit about that song? I heard you actually were going to end the record with it, and it comes at the beginning now.
Oh yeah. I always thought it was a kind of ending song, but I guess it's kind of it is that line of feeling hopeless, but trying to kind of trying to reverse that that attitude and those kind of familiar kind of thought patterns, and to reverse it to be hopeful, and that kind of balance of between those two things. And I don't know, it just. I think that tendency to kind of be to feel no hope, or to be pessimistic. It's kind of, it takes this other level of something to kind of go the other way and try to do something useful.
I feel a little guilty asking you specifics about this record because you've done quite a bit of press on this, a lot of interviews. So if people are interested to dig deep into this record, there's a lot out there to read. And maybe it's because I follow you on social media, but it definitely feels like there's a ton of promotion. There's some fabulous imagery of you, lots of great photos. And I imagine as your career grows, you do more, you learn sort of how that works. But from my sense, it feels like there's just a lot of pride in this record from you as well. You're just really out there talking about it. How are you feeling about this new record?
Yeah, I do feel really proud of it. I think it was a real kind of journey of writing and making it. I guess every album is that to some extent for people, but it's I think just so much goes into to making an album, and so many people, and it's like this whole operation, and it's kind of overwhelming. But I'm proud of it. I'm proud of where it ended up, and
Well, it's been really fun watching the journey just from that incredible video you did earlier in the year to tease us. And then there's just, again, so many great photos popping up online. And you talk about all the people it takes to bring this together. You have a great team and you have a family here with you that you've been making music with for a long time. Can you introduce the band?
Yeah, so on the keys today and the guitar is Katie Harkin, who also played on the Kurt Weill Lotta Sea Lice tour. Dear friend. We have Bone Sloan on the bass, who has played for a long time with me. I mean, I think the family word is kind of true because we spend so much time together and a lot of kind of emotional, roller coasters of making music and touring. And then Dave Moody on the drums, who was also, when we did the Halloween KEXP session.
Which was epic and memorable.
He had, what's that person called? Jason from what's the movie? The hockey mask.
Halloween?
The other one, Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th. I don't have all my scary characters. I was going to say Freddy Krueger, but it was the scary Jason mask.
And Dave was wearing that mask the whole session, and then we finished, and he was like, I couldn't breathe. But he was committed. He didn't take it off.
That's what you'll do for the ones you love. You've clearly created this wonderful family in Melbourne, and I was, again, reading so many of the interviews that you've been doing lately, and one of them kind of touched on when you first moved to Melbourne and you didn't really know anyone and you couldn't get any shows. And what was that time like? I mean, you were sort of working at a club. Was it Northcote Social Club?
No, Northcote Social Club was much later. I think when I first moved to Melbourne, I didn't really have a house or a job or money or all those things that people don't have when they move town. I'd been playing kind of solo acoustic shows in Hobart, and then I moved. But when I moved, I didn't. It was like starting again. I guess I didn't know anyone, and I think I just was so scared. I didn't play for a year, and I just. I worked full time, and then I eventually started working in bars later and met other musicians. And I think that kind of, there's like that kind of community of, I think in any place of, being inspired and being encouraged by other artists. And so I slowly kind of built some sort of confidence through that and started playing shows again and playing in other bands and, yeah.
A lot of communities, of course, are built around music in almost every city, but I have to say the Melbourne music community is pretty extraordinary.
Yeah, I think it's great.
And actually, I was so surprised when you were in immigrant union with Brent, because I hadn't known of the Dandy Warhols, because I hadn't known he had moved to Australia.
Oh, right.
And his family is there now. So what a cool connection to the Northwest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we kind of... it's nice having that, and then we come up here and we have friends through Bran or through other, people we've met, and it's nice.
Yeah, I know that Jen Clower and you were here for a pickathon, and I saw that you were getting out camping and hiking around the Northwest. Oh yeah,
Jen went camping.
You bailed out on that?
I went somewhere, I forget.
But not camping. We're live here in the studios with Courtney Barnett. We're also streaming live video today on YouTube and Facebook, so you can watch these next couple of songs. Tonight they play at the Paramount with Waxahachie, and I love this one. Got another song coming up. It's Courtney Barnett live on KEXP.
I wish that someone could hug you. Must be lonely, being angry, feeling overlooked. You sit alone at home in the darkness with all the pent-up the women will all forget. I wanna walk through the park in the dark. Women are scared that they will kill them. I hold my keys between my fingers. I wanna walk through the park in the dark. Men are scared the women will all forget. I wanna walk through the park in the dark. Women are scared the men will kill them. I hold my keys between my fingers. Go on, tell me you're just kidding. Inside she said, nameless, faceless. I'm not your mother, I'm not your bitch. I hear you mutter under your breath. Put up or shut up, it's all the same. It's all the same, never change, never change. I'm not your mother, I'm not your bitch. Did I stutter a little bit? Sit down and shut up. It's all the same. It's all the same. Never change, never change. I get most self-defensive when I know I'm wrong. Think we all can agree. I try my best to be patient, but I can only put up with so much. I'm not your mother, I'm not your bitch. I hear you mutter under your breath. Put up or shut up, it's all the same. It's all the same, never change, never change.
Oh, yeah. Courtney Barnett live on KEXP, the new album, Tell Me How You Really Feel. So great to see you always. Come back again soon.
Oh, thanks for having us back.
Thanks to all of you.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?